Welcome
Okay,
everyone
start.
to Armwrestling on a neutral ground. My name is Ray. I'm gonna be your moderator. No translation needed today. With your hosts Janis, Amolins, and Engin Terzi. Our guest today is Bulgarian legend in making Krasimir Kostadinov. Janis, take over from here, and let's start.
Hi. So today Janis take over. Hi, Krasimir. So we will start easy. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Everything's
And
normal.
now you're gonna say, go ahead, Engin, because I did my part. Right? Yes.
And now Engin take over.
You can take over this one. Yeah.
No, if serious, does a situation involved in Europe in Bulgaria has changed your training regime? Are you still doing all the same you have done for last years?
It didn't change my training regime, but I'm not able to do my pulleys now. I'm not able to ship, so it changed some of my plans.
So you cannot even ship out your pulleys from this
Yes,
situation.
yes,
That's weird.
yes.
Because I keep getting shipments from China all the time.
Yeah, actually, I was able to ship to Europe, but I'm not able to ship to America.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah,
And this is the time that people really need it.
yeah,
Actually, yeah.
yeah. Are you training right now? Are you resting? What's up with that?
I am not training for about 3 weeks already, and I will rest one more week because there are no tournaments soon. So I decided to see how my arms will feel after a month of rest, because the last 15 years I never rested more than 5 days. So this will be my experiment. I will take
No, it will be very good, Krasimir. It will be very good.
I hope so.
Trust
we'll
me.
see.
Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, because your next competition will be in December. It will be a match versus Vitaly, right?
Yes, maybe I will pull one more time. I want to pull one more time actually, because there is half year until December. So I think something about July or September, maybe August, September, at least one more tournament I want.
Okay.
Baba, can you do
regular
that? Are you allowed to do that? Are you not contracted?
I don't know. I should ask Igor about this, but since there's no top 8 this year, I think that I should be able to pull.
I hope so.
Because,
At least I think with left arm, there's no problem. I
yes,
would say. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So I want to start because last time I saw you, we were in Kiev, and you had one of the best matches I have seen in person. I would say one of the best vendettas under PAL flag ever. The match where you showed so much of everything that makes a good champion: the heart, perseverance, never give up. Every hashtag of Instagram, everything goes. The army of one, never give up, no pain, no gain. How do you felt after that match? How long your arms hurt? And just tell us something that we don't know about that match.
I will tell you something that may looks weird, but my shoulder was better after the match, because after Zloty tour I got hurt. My shoulder was hurt a little bit, and I had some pain when I was going to the side. I was still able to pull on the trainings, but my side pressure was gone a little bit. And after the match, let's say like this, the last 10 days before the match, I started to feel better, but I was not 100%. After the match, I was feeling no pain.
You got it back in a place.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you need to get hurt in the area that you are injured to start the healing process.
Yeah, actually,
Janis would know better, but
I don't know what I don't know what the science behind it. I don't know what science behind it. I believe it's mostly psychosomatic or
But it works.
it works.
I don't know.
And one more thing, shoulder problems very often are connected with neck. So it could be not always really some injury, but sometimes just some impingement in neck or some little neural signal compression. So that could be the thing. But maybe you can,
nervous squeeze there.
or maybe you just have a good stretch at least.
Yes, yes,
For the first time.
yes, and very good blood flow.
Yeah, good stretch, and that help you a lot.
Yes.
So,
But this happens for second time to me.
yeah, but
So-
at least now you have this information, experience, and next time you will know that you need before.
Every time
before-
your shoulder like acts up, you're like, I need kurdecha. Bring me kurdecha. But how did your arms felt after that? Because I would imagine your elbows should hurt, or at least for a few days.
No, actually, I was very tired, but I was feeling okay.
It felt okay.
I was feeling.
You went
Good
back
to
and
hear
get
that.
straight into training.
No, I trained. I think 2 days after that, and I was very tired, extremely tired. No power, no strength.
Yeah.
But I was feeling okay.
Okay, yeah. Because that match was, the atmosphere right there when it happened, it was so amazing. It was something like we expected fireworks, but I don't think anyone expected that kind of match. First Vendetta to go 7 rounds, and it was just like this all the time. And of course, Kurdecha did amazing job, but you just showed where the experience and where all that Bulgarian power comes from. And
I went there thinking that I will win 6-0.
I remember we were eating dinner, and you're like, maybe after 4th round I will do something interesting.
But because Jordan Tonev beat him very easy year ago.
Yeah.
And I thought that I should do that also.
Yeah, but just think that Jordan has a longer arm and farther reach than you. I think he may even have bigger hand than you do.
Yeah, but
I would like if I was gonna pull you and Sonev, and even if you beat Sonev, I would choose to pull against you. Not that I would win, not, but I would like shorter arm. They cannot reach so far.
yeah, I understand you, but I don't. For example, I pull against Georgi Tsvetkov, and he has a lot more problems with taking my wrist than taking Jordan's wrist.
That's interesting too.
So that's why I thought that it should be easy for me, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but Kurdecha is young, smart. He keeps getting better every time.
I believe just Kurdecha is growing and getting better.
Yeah.
I think so too. I don't believe that Jordan would beat him that easy now.
Yeah, Kurdecha already against Rustam, he showed how good he is, and then he's getting stronger, smarter, and then better arm wrestler.
Yeah.
In the second round, I was trying to hold my wrist straight, but I was in very bad position, and I decided to give my wrist and try to hold him with that wrist. But immediately when I gave my wrist, he pushed me with the shoulder so strong, so hard that I didn't expect that. I realized that he was prepared to take my wrist and to go with the shoulder forward.
Yeah, he showed. Yeah, both of you showed
So
amazing arm wrestling.
probably that was the treatment for your shoulder. That was a magic treatment.
Get it back in
Put
position.
back in a place.
Yeah, but I was amazed. I was amazed to see you that that fight. That you have your mind and your heart is very strong. Yeah, you are even, I can say, a little bit overconfident, and like to think that you're gonna beat him 6-0 there. I didn't think that you could win. I didn't think that. Yeah, unless like maybe you don't remember what I wrote, but I said that Kurdecha will most likely take your hand. And I thought that I said that as long as I don't remember you pulling this way. Usually you squeeze the people in this and then I was thinking that it was possible to beat him this way, but it is harder to hook. But you even show that you can pull in this way, so that is how you won. If you didn't know how to win with dead wrist, probably you would lose it.
Yes, but the thing is that I always was able to pull with dead wrist. Just it never happened.
Oh, okay, but where, if you were able to, where did you use it in the training? Where? Because
No,
if you don't use it in competition, where did you use it? I don't remember you using it.
I have used it on competitions. 2009 in Italy with one guy from Kazakhstan.
Mm.
We were in the dead center.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was moving. About 40 seconds, and then I dropped my wrist and I pushed him.
But you intentionally did that, right?
Yes, because
it wasn't the case with Kurdesha, probably.
It was the case actually. It was the case.
You give your own wrist?
Yes, because I was able to hold my wrist, but I would be in very bad position here now. And I decided to give my wrist, but to protect the center.
Keep the arm, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought that he took your wrist. I didn't know that you gave it.
But if I didn't give my wrist, he would beat me easier, I think.
I understand.
Yeah, I remember between the rounds. You're like you're taking the chalk and you're like okay. We know where this is gonna go. Like no chance you're even gonna try. You're like and done. Yeah.
And the thing is that after the second round, I underestimated him for second time, because I felt that he's already dead on the table, and I felt that I'm going to win that match. When it was 2-1 for me, and I felt that he got tired. And actually, in the fourth round, immediately from the start, I tried to press him, and I started to attack and attack and attack. And from this attacking, my grip went very down. And I lost all my control here, everything. Because even with that wrist, if my grip is higher, I'm still able to keep my center here. And after my attacking, I lost everything here, and that's why I lost that round. And it was 3-1, it became 3-1. And then I had to win another 3 wins to take the match.
Yeah. We all thought that it was over. After 3-1, I thought it was over.
Yeah.
The place exploded there, and it's crazy.
And when he took the third win, I said to myself, okay, it's going to be the hardest possible way.
Which you wasn't prepared.
I even cannot imagine you going as a reserve for the top 8, you know? You were like no. Yeah. I would believe that after that they would like, well, you're in reserve, and you're like but yeah, I watched that match about, I think yesterday I watched it, and I'm thinking like 99 of the people would just give up after the 3-1, at least after 3-1, maybe even when it's 2-1, they would give up, and like you're like.
Why he needed to give up?
Yeah. No. I said most of the people would just give up in this situation.
But why? Why?
Because we have seen it happen.
What I'm saying, that he had nothing to lose, you know. He had to fight to the end, you know.
Yeah, but I don't believe everyone has a heart like he has.
Just trust me, Raymond. People who doesn't have heart with such weight, it wouldn't be at that level, trust me.
Of course, yeah. I'm just saying, imagining different scenario, different match with the same situation. It can be two beginners.
Imagine yourself.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself that you prepare, you have dreams, and you are a guy who has wins against Arsen Liliev, John Berzink, Levan, and just like you can count like many of them, you know, and no, that's not the guy to give up for sure.
I'm not talking about Krasimir.
He's cracked. He's cracked. Yeah. He's 102 kilo. He's trying to win the super heavyweight category. You know, like no one else will do that. You know, he's like, I'm gonna win there. He loses. I see him again. What are you gonna do this year? He's like, I'm gonna go supers again. Like he's just like, you know, even that. gets my respect, you understand, takes my respect, like almost he won the supers, you know. To him to have the courage to come there with 100 kilo and then trying again, you understand. Eventually he get it, he cannot, but
We were eating the
Last
dinner.
year-
Sorry, quick. We were eating the dinner, and I'm like saying, "Are you bigger than you were in Zloty?" You're like, "Yeah, about 2 kilos." I'm like, I feel stronger.
Last year, when I arrived in Poland, at the airport, Igor Mogurenko said to me, "So, which category you are pulling?" And I said, 105, but I'm here to win the open class. And he said, "Do you think that when you weight 105, you're able to pull with these monsters?" And I said, "Yes, I'm here to win the open class." And when I won with left arm, nobody expected that. But the thing is that even I didn't expect that, because I was training and preparing about 2 times more for winning with right, not with left. I don't know how this happened. My right was maybe 20% stronger than my left at Zloty.
tell me again, who told you that you cannot win? Who's the guy that told you that?
Igor.
Oh, Igor told you. Igor. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He asked me, "Do you think that when you weigh 105, you're able to pull with these monsters?"
Yeah. But now you have a bigger monster to pull against, Vitaly. Yeah, that's.
We'll see.
How do you look at that matchup? Because he's basically the same, similar style to Kordecha, just better. You know, just much better.
So, statistically, we are 4-2 with Vitaly with right arm, with right hand. 4-2 for me.
With 100 kilo, Vitaly.
The last time when we pulled, I was 105, he was 118,
Oh.
and he beat me. But
Where was it? Zloty?
Zloty 2016 or 17, maybe 2017. But the thing is that he beat me, but I stopped him down, and I was going to beat him. Just it was 2 millimeters that I couldn't catch him, and I didn't expect him to hit me to the side. I was flexing just my wrist and fingers. I was thinking. I was thinking that he will go here, but he went to the side. I didn't expect that. So we'll see how the things will go now.
My opinion normally would be now he's much bigger, much stronger. I don't know how much bigger and stronger you can get. You are someone that is, you know, your size is known. You understand? You are already big. You understand?
Yes.
For your,
Yes.
but he's just getting bigger and bigger. Last I heard, they said they are talking about 140 kilo or something. I don't know.
No, he's 130. He's 130.
30.
Yes.
130 kilo, still bigger than, you know, before. And I will just say my opinion, you know, on the paper, he looks as favorite. I would just say that he's gonna beat you, and he's gonna beat you quick. But since I know you, I can't be sure, because I know you, and you are a smart guy. You know how to prepare yourself. You know the guy, and what you have done in the future always gives you credit that, you know, there is a possibility. If Krasimir is there is a possibility. He is not Dave Chappie for sure. He may be Dave Chappie, but he doesn't have the horsepower of him, you know.
Yes, yes.
So if you control him, if you stop him, you know, if you stop Dave Chappie, in my opinion, you cannot beat him, and you didn't. But if you stop Laletin, that's not the case. There is a possibility for you to beat him.
I will say just one thing. I
Yeah.
have his number already.
Yeah. But did you know that he changed his number?
We'll see. We'll see that. We'll see that.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Krasimir is cool guy. I love Krasimir. Yeah.
Yeah. We everyone
You know,
knows
you-
how that match will go, what one wants to do and what the other needs to do, and it's a tough match.
You know that you can be a reason that for Arslan Aliyev to come back. We ask him if he come back. I told you this. I told you privately.
No, but I watched the interview also.
Oh yeah. He said that if he comes back, he wants you first. Do you know what? This is a big compliment to you, for someone like him, one of the best pound for pound guy that has a pain because of you. That you are still somewhere on his mind that he should have taken care. But he didn't. He couldn't because he retired. So it's a big compliment. He doesn't say John Brzink. He doesn't say this and that. He says Krasimir. It's a big honor.
Yeah. Just one thing I cannot understand. I beat him in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
After that, he came back to the Euros to beat me. He said at one interview, he beat me now at the Worlds, but I was not prepared. I will show him next time that he has no chance against me. I beat him again. He tested positive. And after then, 10 years later, he's still claiming that he was not prepared for the Europeans. Come on.
No, but listen, he can say this, but especially if he already lost at the Worlds, and then he has no excuse at the European, because he knows that you are a tough opponent for him.
Yeah.
So he knew that he had to take you seriously, and he had to beat you. He lost it. He should take it. He should take it.
Yeah.
If he wants to change this, there is only one thing Arslan can do: just come back, train, and just do it.
Yes, he should not speak like this. It makes no sense.
I respect both. Yeah, it doesn't make, but I respect both of you, and I really hope that he's gonna come back, and I really hope that you and him will pull, and I would pay money to just to watch that match.
Engin, you're soon gonna be out of money. You just I want to watch that match here.
No, there are not so many of those matches that I would pay for. Yeah, a handful. Just say maximum 10 matches. Yeah. And I wouldn't go broke, just because I spent $1,000 for that.
Okay, good.
Okay, guys, your turn.
Janis,
if I continue, people are writing on the comment section that I'm the one who's the...
Yeah. I would like to talk with Krasi about his training system, because it's quite unique, and not many in Europe and in world use something like that. It's I have read a lot about Bulgarian weightlifting systems and different 5, 8, 10 times a day and 8 day 1 rep max and different things. And could you at first give us a little bit how you use it and how you has taken all this knowledge from Bulgarian Soviet scientific training methods to arm wrestling?
Yes, actually that training, which is was in
Legend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I talked with him 2 times, and he explained to me what is happening in our body when we train. He was so knowledgeable about biology of the body that he was explaining to me, when you train, your body is synthesizing these molecules. When you are sleeping, your body is doing this. He was extremely well prepared.
Knowledgeable.
Yes, extremely. And he said to me that if you want to be a sprinter, you should go and run, but not 5 kilometers. If you want to be a sprinter, you should run 100 meters or 200 meters. He said the best.
So much already.
He said the best sprinters in the world, who run 100 and 200 meters, cannot even take a medal on 400 meters. And that's why
400 possible, 400 not.
And that's why all the things that you are performing on the trainings should be maximum close to what you are doing on the competitions. And that's why I started to pull with a partner every day. And we're not trying to beat each other, but we're just training different movements.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're able to pull so much, 2-3 times per day.
But you are, not even once a day, but you are doing it 3 times a day.
Yes, but the thing is that I pull for with real partner once a week or once at 2 weeks, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the times just with 2 hands and
Training.
Training, yes, just training.
Exercises.
Not trying to win.
Just training is pronator at the table with a training purposes, not to win or something.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. If we talk about weightlifting, Soviet and also Bulgarian methods, they went for they like 1 rep max. It wasn't maybe all time 1 rep max. It was like weeks 1 rep max or periods 1 rep max. So they still use it to train in intensity, which was 90, 95, 97% of 1 rep max. So if you go for 3 times a day, what are your intensities in those training? For example, if with 101 for those if you understand, like intensity from 1 rep max or for 100%, 90%, 80%, and what your average intensity of training?
I go every time to my limit.
So it's almost that period 1 rep max you can do, like maximum you can do in that period.
Yes. Just the big difference that people don't realize is that when you are tired or at the most of the trainings, you are not able to give 100%. Just your brain doesn't allow it.
Of course.
But you still should go to your limit. You should just go as much as your brain allows.
Mm-hmm. And one more thing with such trainings, I have read a lot as well about Bulgarian system as well, that usually athletes who were doing that for many years, first thing what they said is that not training was the heaviest part. The heaviest part was the mental thing, to keep all the training and to be able mentally, that what you said, the brain is getting tired first.
Yes, it's true. And
so
it's the most difficult
central nervous system.
Yes, the most difficult thing is that it's the same. Every day it's the same 3 times a day, 4 or 5 hours a day, the same thing, the same movement. And you just got bored about this. Get bored.
You mean by thinking, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I have done this without learning from anywhere. That I was visualizing, like before I go to Hungary 99, for example, like I pull Shakilo, like not extremely, minimum 1,000 times on my mind. 1,000 times. I made myself that I am there. Even my heartbeat was getting, faster. Because tournament, I was going there. I was actually gripping with him, and I was just hearing the go, and then like I lived that moment maybe 1,000 times before I actually did it. Like I pulled Grigoriev in 2003 Worlds. I watched his video. Like I pulled with him, because I knew he was actually, we did even the final together with him. So you really, really need to know all the possibilities, and then you start to experience that possibility in your head, before you go there. So when you go there, you are already, I have done this before, you understand? And then you just close your eyes, his technical abilities, and then you just do what you have prepared, You need to be ready here, and then this can't move without the order of here. So this is why you need to be strong here first.
Yes.
This is good that we all have the same experience.
Every time when a new beginner comes to me, and I say that the most important things are here and here.
Yeah.
To become a champion. And I saw something very interesting 2 or 3 weeks ago. I watched the interview with John Brzenk in Bulgaria, here in Stara Zagora, before the Vendettas top 8.
Eight-man Superman. Eight-man
Yeah.
super match. Yeah.
And it was his first tournament after his surgery, I think.
Mhm.
And the thing is that when they asked him who is the #1 guy in the world, who is going to win this tournament, and he said, I will take this. That made me so strong impression that he was just so confident, and even he didn't win that tournament, the confidence that he had is very important according to me, because this is the most important thing, that here you should be prepared to win that.
I think that it is not only the
You
confidence.
can do only things you are believing in. Yeah.
It is also something that you get. He had a surgery on his body, but his mind still was the champion, because his mind didn't get used to of being weak. You understand? The mind is locked already, just winning. And then I had the same thing, when I had the surgery with right elbow. Whenever I go there, when I lost, I get like I really get upset. I mean, come on, you just had surgery some months ago. Of course, I mean, you can perform at your best, but the spirit is not used to of losing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The mind is not used to of accepting to lose. You understand? So John probably body was not ready, but his body was ready to lose, in fact, but his mind and spirit wasn't ready to lose. But he learned there too, as we all do. There is no one that hasn't wrist that didn't top roll, or pronator that didn't turn, the hand that didn't get smashed to the pad. We all experience.
Mm-hmm. The method, Engin, you described it before about this visualization. It's a classical method which has been used in many sports about ideomotor training, ideomotor and autogen training, which you can use when you have injuries, which you can use if you are training too much and you can't just physically do more, but you still mentally can work. And those neural process which is happening in body, in arms, in muscles, which signals which are coming from brains, from central system. If you have a good visualization, those signals are quite even with signals you are having when you really are arm wrestling. So it works, and it's.
I never learned it. I never studied these things. I think that all these methods are they are created by human beings who actually experience this. I think that most of the science are there by the experiences of the people. I think experience is the more truth than what somebody thinks on the paper and write on the paper.
Yeah. Of course, there are so many things which are impossible to measure and understand why it's working, but they are working. So
but this is quite known method in even in. I just read a book, Psycho Cybernetics, 1960s. The book was written basically of what Engin just said, visualization. Mm-hmm. Our body cannot understand like feeling or just. It's not even a feeling, but experience what was real and what was imagined. If you just keep imagining, this is why a lot of boxers will say I beat this guy, he's champion. We never even sparred together, but I beat him because I beat him 100 times in my head. And same thing. Yeah, and it's a very powerful thing when you use it. When you just keep thinking. That's how Engin said that you're never surprised. You're getting to that focusing on one opponent, on many opponents.
It should base.
Yeah.
It should base on knowledge, because you cannot do this as an ignorant just because you think that you're gonna do it. It's not gonna happen.
No,
you really need to have some physical power, some experience, knowledge. You need to analyze your opponent and to have the right ideas. And to what makes you focus this much and believe in this is also it comes from the heart. Because I mean, you need to be brave to do that. You understand? You need to, like, your heart needs to support your mind. You know, just go for it.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
exactly.
understand? Yeah.
This is what I wanted to say, because many people know about the visualization, but just a few realize and use it.
Use it. Yeah. It's. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
the biggest part is believing in yourself. Whenever you have doubt, that's when you are weak. You know, when you doubt yourself, you become weak. And a lot of people will smallest thing will hit them out, and that's like everything falls out. But some people are super strong, like all of you guys, and you just keep it together. And this is how the champions are made.
When you say like doubts, it is, I don't know, the doubt. What does doubt create in us?
I would
Fear,
say
fear.
like bad fear. There are good kind of fear, you know, when you're excited, that should also account as a fear sometimes. But the bad fear, when you like nothing, you know, it's
I think that fear is a good thing. I don't know if it's good. There is bad fear and good fear, but I think that the fear is fear. But once your courage controls the fear, I think it is even making you stronger. Like you are just like a bad example. You are in fight. You understand? Like
Exactly.
you are having more power in you, but if you are scared, you understand, you will get beat up, so badly.
yeah.
But you are
If
in
you
fight,
let
that
yourself to be
adrenaline, and then
scared,
you
you
are
know.
courage. You just need to control it. You are not going to let your fear win against you. You're gonna say that I'm gonna do it. No matter what, I'm gonna do it. And like there is nothing that I have to lose. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna just go there and do my best, and then see the result. Because you are not going to win anything by being scared.
Yeah.
You will not even do your best there. Maybe you're gonna win, but by fearing and by letting the fears control you, you will not even do your best, and you will most likely lose unless your opponent is not that strong.
If
Yeah.
when you let out to these motions, when fear becomes and you get scared, but if fear comes and you get more aggressive, stronger, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
like you need to act up. This is always there's a difference, in every motion we can have two different reactions or even more, and
Yeah.
it's the choosing the right one. And like
I
this is,
think it's there the courage plays role.
yeah.
What you said.
Okay, let's go back to Krasimir.
Jens.
That's a perfect mind. Yeah. What you Engin says, that's a perfect mind when you have clear mind. But very often there are things like, am I really ready for this match? Do I deserve to be here? Do I have trainer, or do I have did I my
To
best
prepare
in my
for
training?
this one, yeah.
Yeah, and all those things are taking you down. That's what you said. I'm ready, and I'm prepared. That's what it should be.
And some people will listen to them, and some people will say just like, no, I don't care about all those doubts, and they will go aggressive. Others will be weak. So it's always like this, and this is why we have champions, but not everyone's a champion.
But there is also another level of this, that you need to be a warrior in whatever condition you are in. I'm just saying that maybe not everything can be perfect, but you still need to have the fighting spirit. You cannot give up because the things are not going perfect. You cannot give up because you get injured during the competition or something happened. You still need to fight to the death. You are not gonna lose anything. But when you have so many injuries, I would suggest people to. I suggest people to not to push it when they are getting injured. It is not because physically they are gonna be worse, but I think that they will also get used to mentally that they are hurt, and with time they will have their confidence will go down. They will get used to losing, and they will have this psychology. The John had the psychology of winning. Yes, even he had the surgery on the shoulder. But trust me, when you start losing and losing and losing, it will have the same effect that you will not have the minor champion anymore when you so many times start experiencing losing. So if we go back to Krasimir now, so let's start some other things that you have done. Because we need to talk. We invited you to start talking about generally arm wrestling. Yeah.
Krasimir, you still okay? Maybe you know, but in your workouts, how much you use weights, how much you use gym, how much you use iron, or if it's possible, you would use only table and sparring partner, or you still choose to use also some resistance with weights, with cables, with.
I have tried so many times. There's so many different things. I believe that there are many ways to reach the top. You can reach it with weights. You can reach it with partner.
We all agree to that. Yeah.
What I believe, I'm 100% sure in that. The best thing is to have a stronger opponent who you are chasing, who you are trying to reach. This is the best thing that you can have on the trainings. So what I'm doing, yes, stronger than you, and you're just trying to reach his level.
It's easy for you to find those guys in Bulgaria.
No, but I get this when my juniors use a belt over the body and the arm, and they beat me. This is how I train mostly. The last, let's say, about a year, I'm doing also pull-ups like this. And this is basically sometimes I do pronation and biceps curls also, but that's I cannot say usually. Most of the time training with sparring partner and pull-ups 2 times a week, pull-ups, let's say.
So
I
those
also do the same thing, just pull-ups and table.
But I'm thinking now, when I start training in 1 week, for example, I will do maybe 3 exercises just to change to test my strength 2 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. That will be pushing with my machine, for example.
Side pressure, something, yeah.
Yes, something like side pressure. Pull-ups and maybe pronation. These 3 movements I will train, and again arm wrestling.
What you do for rehabilitation? What you do for, because if you have almost 3 times a day max effort training, you should do something for rehabilitation between, or some easy movements, or some anyway, massage, cryotherapy, or soft tissue work, or some.
I don't do anything. I just do stretching. I try to close my arm because my arm doesn't go so close to the body, so close as I should.
Big arms.
Big arms, but also injuries, because you can get your left arm much closer to shoulders than your right hand. Your angle for right arm are some 30-40 degrees bigger because of all injuries. That's true.
That's interesting.
I will ask you guys something. I will ask maybe Krasimir, since he is the guest. Do you believe in wrong muscle memory? Like there is of course Janis says that there is no muscle memory, but I'm just saying that, like, just when I say muscle memory, just think this way. Like when you
we understand,
you understand,
we understand what you mean.
I'm just saying that, you know, there are so many training methods, and I am thinking that just because you do all of them, it doesn't mean that you will get, you know, better. You know, I also think that, you know, it is not good to confuse the muscle with too many different things.
Yes,
you
exactly.
Because as you can do, like as you said that, you know, and like you in arm wrestling, you are as good as you can transfer your power to do what you do, which is arm wrestling. So
Yes.
I think that when we do trainings, especially when it's near the time to the tournament, we should not confuse the muscle so much, because you can transfer your power to the table in the right way, but there should be also something that transferring the power in a wrong way too.
Not
Do
not
you understand what I mean?
yes, not just before the competition. I mean,
Mhm.
if you just want to be a champion in arm wrestling, you should just train 3-4 movements. That's it. If you train
Mhm.
too much things, they don't help you at all.
Yeah, sometimes I'm thinking that I should train everything just to not when it is so near the tournament, but just for like overall strength, overall health.
I don't think that there is something like overall strength. I don't believe in.
Why not? Why not? Why not? You train your chest, you train your, I don't know, like many shoulders. You can train your tricep. You can train all of them. Why can you not? What do you think about it? Yeah.
Yeah, you can do this, but
About
I don't believe that it will help you on the table.
So do you think that all people who are training, they just arm muscle and their shoulders get big, their back get big, their chest get big only by arm wrestling? You think, or training pronator?
If you train only on the table, your muscles will not be big, but you will be very strong on the table.
But do you think that you can train everything on the table? Do you think you can train? Yeah, everything is. I mean, that arm is created. Arm for sure is not created for arm wrestling, for sure. So, like whenever I train the same things, I have. How old are you, Krasimir?
32.
32. I'm 14 years older than you. Like I am the same way. Like I did everything for arm wrestling, like specific training, and then whenever my arm is getting outside of those positions, then I feel that I'm weak there, and I experience injuries, with time. Maybe right now, maybe you don't feel it, but this is my experience. That later I start to feeling like whenever I do. Bison? Do you know Bison, Krasimir? You don't know, right? But Janis, you know, right? Bison. You suggested me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I do
Yes.
this Bison, it doesn't hurt here. Whenever I make my arm more straight or this way more straight, it's killing me, because like the arm is not trained in those positions all the time in the same positions.
When I do just the same things over and over again, and the arm gets adapt just for these movements, and everything else that I try to do, I'm not good at
But you're good at arm
You are
wrestling.
not good, you said?
it.
Yeah, but you're good at
I
arm
understand, but
wrestling.
later, the arm is not created for arm wrestling, and then once you don't train other things, with time some muscular imbalance is happening.
Yes, it's
Like
true.
I started to get injury because of not doing this. I start to get injury from here because the tendon here gets shortened, and many things like this. Because I did all pronator, I didn't do supinator. Yeah.
I'm not. For example, it's difficult for me when I cut my nails because it's difficult for me to rotate like this.
Yeah,
I
same for me.
nails, and it's difficult for me to go here to do this.
Yeah. It doesn't want to turn that way.
Yes.
I have talked with Krasi about this before, and I have said before that all those limitation and rotation and full rotations here and angles, and what you all have, this is side effect of two specific arm wrestling training, which is great training for arm wrestling.
For sure.
It is very useful for arm wrestling, but it's
bad for health.
Somehow you need to find this balance between arm wrestling and health. And in long term, it's always question that's why I ask about rehabilitation.
Depends.
It's perfect, works perfect for arm wrestling, but you would like to keep your health a little bit in level as well.
Yeah, but the thing is that it depends how much you want to pull and for how long.
Yeah.
I I mean,
We all speak the same language now. Okay.
yeah. The thing is that maybe you would like to pull until you reach 50,
Mm-hmm.
but let's say 2 times a year. But maybe you want to pull until 50 4 times a year, and it's totally different thing.
Mm-hmm.
So depends how you use your body.
I always say that, I owe everything that I won in my career is because of what Janis said, that specific training, very specific training. And I also owe all my injuries to that specific training, because when you are not flexible enough, you are very strong, but you get broken because you are not flexing, you understand? It's just like you just handle, and then you get so strong. And once you are broken very badly. This is what I experienced.
It's always something
Yeah.
we want to sacrifice, and I think for any sport, any athlete, professional athlete, anyone who's high level will come out different than normal person, in some different way. And for arm wrestling, for us, it's usually the arms. You cannot straighten them out, you cannot flex them, a limited range of motion. That's a side effect, I think. But
Yes.
yeah, but again, it depends in what you want to achieve. How much are you willing to sacrifice?
You want to win. If you
Yeah.
want to win, you need to push your limits.
Yeah.
And to push your limits, you really need to transfer power to one point.
Yeah.
As Krasimir is saying, just focus on one point. This is the way to reach your max. You cannot do everything and reach your max. Krasimir, about the power, he's saying perfect. But as I said, we are not created for arm wrestling. Eventually, you push it, body will handle to a certain point, And I wouldn't want anyone else to experience what I experienced. So Janis's way is like more healthier way. I think Janis, I believe that if he wants, he can put in 60. And trust me, he will be competitive at the world level.
I agree with this. Just I want to say the words of Ivana Bajiev. He said to me, the main difference between people and animals is the adaptation. With the people, they choose where to adapt. The animals don't choose.
Yeah. This is what it is. Yeah, adaptation. Yeah.
True.
I think that when we talk about the muscle memory, it is we can say also adaptation to that, or Janis? We can.
With term muscle memory, we more understand as a process which happening in neural and in brain, as a understanding or movement coordination, internal coordination, muscle connection. Adaptation is more as a physiological process when your body adapts to different stressors. So that's different. And that's actually one more thing. If we talk about training, what Krasimir is doing, if you're doing same thing in same intensity again, from one side, you are getting adapt. From other side, you are getting to used to this thing too much that your adaptation in one moment will get this plateau. And always one principle of training is try to find something different, something new. So different stressor, different movement, different variations, different
intensity, volume,
intensity, to change at least something, at least change something. If you do all the time same thing, till one moment it's good, but then you get to this plateau and that's it. You can't progress anymore. So with such method, it's very interesting how to change something, how to.
But maybe you are at a point that you cannot progress anymore, Janis. Maybe you are at a point that you cannot progress. Maybe you are pushing your limits. You understand? Because the thing that you are saying are the points that I have done my best with weights. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just because I changed something in that thing, I couldn't go any better because I changed something that was already my limits at that thing that I was.
So
doing.
You have done all the best to reach that limit.
Yeah, this is what I was. Just like look at John. John, all his life he pulled, and he did the same thing at the table, pulled.
Yeah.
He became the best because all of his power was transferred to the table. whenever I look at people, trust me, after 30 years, you also understand that, you can see that this guy is only made of weights. This guy is only made of arm wrestling. This guy, both of them, some table and some, you can understand that, yeah.
Very easy to see this.
Yeah, very easy to do. But when you look at John, we all see that, just arm wrestling machine there, just like doing everything, perfectly. Yeah. And you are one of the a few that, managed to beat him.